Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're here for a weekly update and we are starting with baby bunnies who are in the house. So, this is Gemini's litter and Libra's litter combined because I'm actually cleaning the pens behind me. So they just kind of got banded to the bed. This is the last time you will see all of them together because they are going to start to go home. And I've got a couple that are going to try and escape this side. My guy's still there. So, some of these are going home right away. So, little Charlotte over here, who's going back this way. This one is Charlotte. She is going home in a couple of hours. This one doesn't have a name because they haven't picked one yet. She's going home right away as well. Who else is going home? You are going home. This one's going home today as well. So I am keeping Aquarius, and Libras are not ready to go home till next weekend, but this is the last time we're going to see them all together. We will be having more bunny litters in the fall, but for right now, for the Holland Lops, this is about it. And there's one of the mamas making a whack ton of noise behind me. But for right now, this is about it. We will have more Holland Lop litters in the fall. We do have another surprise if we move outside to see the outdoor bunnies. But for right now, everyone just take a minute to say goodbye to these adorable little bugs because they are going home and we will, of course, miss them. This has been one of my favorite groups of babies. They're just perfect. So say goodbye to this mixed group of Holland Lop babies. We will be sad when we don't get to cuddle them every day. But they are moving on to bigger and better things. And apparently falling. Perfect. Anyway, let's go outside and check on the Rexes. So we're out here with our rabbits because they are hanging out doing their thing. There is, what did Rowan name her? Stump? Or Trunk? I think she has Stump, and I think the black one's Trunk. You'll notice there's quite a few less rabbits in this side because there's this one and a couple others. But we did sell a couple, so we don't have quite as many. Tequila's barking at nothing. But we did sell a couple of the girls because we have a little surprise. Not over there. These boys are the same as they were. Deli's in here, that you probably saw last week. And let me just open this up. Hi, Deli. A few days ago, we ended up with these precious little guys. They are really adorable, and we have a variety of colors happening here. So, she has big litters, okay? She has rather big litters, and we have some very nice colors. We can't identify their colors for sure yet, mostly because they are too little and it's easier to identify colors later. So right now, we're just looking at what we've got. There's Deli, who scratched her nose a little bit, but there are her tiny babies. We have some really cute ones. They are really fantastic. And the bugs are kind of bad today. So we're just going to close, sorry Deli, just going to close this up. There's the three boys we have, all hanging out together, having a good time. Three younger boys, I should say. Falcon's in the house right now. But the three younger boys are hanging out here, doing their thing, chowing on their food, and generally having an awesome time. Dogs are fine, dogs are good. There they are. There's Rowan with a bunch of food. There goes a cat. One of the blacks. There goes cat. So bunnies are doing fantastic. Let's hop on over, pun intended, and see how the birds are doing. And starting with the birds inside, we have these quail eggs. One has hatched and we're waiting on the rest. There were also silky eggs in here, but they hatched really early, so we took them out because we didn't want them mucking around with the quail. So there are quail hatching, lots are pipped, one has already hatched, One over there is zipping. So we are going to have some baby quail that we are going to be selling. We don't need 8 million baby quail. Over in the incubators, this one looks like it doesn't have anything in it, but it actually does because it's just tilted. So there are actually eggs in here, but they are quail eggs, and they're hard to see because the turners are tilted backwards right now. But this is full of quail eggs and a couple of silky eggs. That goes into lockdown next week. Week after that, these guys should hatch. These are the silky and quail eggs we got at our local hobby farm auction. And down here are the duck eggs that we got at the local hobby farm auction that will hatch the week after. And of course, we are hatching a bunch of stuff in our larger incubators that are just like mixes and birds that we're going to be selling. So we have a lot of hatching going on at the farm. There's a baby quail. There's a baby quail. He's still drying off a little bit. He's good. We don't worry about that. So that is what's going on inside with the birds. Let's hop on outside. And of course, we have the quail, and we have DK hanging out with the quail. So we have some quail peeking out there. They like having a little window. And we have quail walking around down here. And DK's not hunting them. He just likes to hang out with them. So the cats really enjoy hanging out with the birds. So yeah, we enjoy having our little quail. Some of the ones we've hatched are almost ready to move into here. Not all of them. But we will continue hatching quail through the season. That's the lawnmower starting up. We will continue to hatch birds through the season and have a final time with our quail. And anyone who says quail can't use ramps, I use ramps all the time. Don't worry about it. If you need to house your quail with ramps, do it all the time. Okay? We do this all the time. They go up and down all of the time. And there is Tequila supervising. And that's it for our quail. And of course, our birds are doing fine in here. We've got turkeys and chickens, almost big enough to go outside. We're just looking at hemming in a pen because they are okay to be off heat. They're not quite ready to free range with the flock because they're kind of stupid. Hey guys. So these guys will be going out shortly, at least the turkeys will. They're, thank you, doing well. Tequila's supervising. And in this one we have smaller silkies and we have some quail. In fact, a couple of these, lawnmower, a couple of these quail are actually getting big enough to be able to go out. So some of them are going out 3 or 4 days, I guess. The rest of them are staying in just because they're not big enough yet, and we don't like to evict them until they're ready. But yes, we have some really adorable silkies happening here. They're all doing excellent. And we, of course, have turkeys and chickens. Turkeys and chickens and dogs. Oh my. Let's go see how the barnyard is doing. So in the barn, we have a couple of chickens hanging out in there for no reason. But everyone else is out in the bush or under the barn. Arwen's doing excellent. She's really neat and trim, looking good for the summer, and she's leaving because Tristan's there. Tequila's in here again, doing fancy things, and Whiskey's joined us, and Arwen's calling Tristan. And what's she doing? She's seeing if there's any eggs that she can eat. There aren't. They're not, and you're gonna bash the dog. You okay, Tequila? Sometimes Tequila gets bashed, because Arwen can be a little bit of a butthead, and Tequila doesn't know what to do about that. So sometimes Arwen gives her a good bash. And sometimes she bashes Whiskey for no good reason. So we also have Shadowfax around here. There he is. Shadowfax is doing fantastic. And yes, we're finally cutting the grass. It finally stopped raining for a couple of days. We got to get the grass cut before we get more rain this week. It's going to be another rainy, crazy week. Tequila's checking on the couple of chickens that are in the doghouse for no good reason. And otherwise, things are moving along. Though sad news, we did lose Dale, our chicken. So, unfortunately, she's passed. What we're going to do is hatch a bunch of her eggs because, frankly, we love Dale and we wouldn't mind having some of her genetics. I do have some of her eggs sitting on the counter, so we will be hatching some of Dale's eggs. In about a month, we'll be able to look at some Dale babies and see how everyone's doing. And there's the dogs doing a whole lot of nothing. Anyway, that is about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We're going to keep cutting the grass and hope the rain holds off long enough to finish cutting the entire yard. Probably won't. You can already feel the rain coming. It's going to rain again. Oh well. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.